Item number 11 is to appoint 3 new 4B members for 2-year terms. Those who are finished are Ronald Bruce, Chris Bryant, and Conley Miller. I've spoken with Ronald and Chris and Conley. Ronald and Conley said they would like to be reappointed. Chris said at this point he would like to not be reappointed, correct?
Correct.
So,
I have an individual I've talked to, Kent Burkle, who's agreed to be on the 4B.
okay.
I also talked to Joan Taylor, said she would be interested in being on.
I haven't talked to this person, I put her on the spot, but Trina Shank is definitely a good person to think about too. She's involved in a lot of stuff we do. I'll contact her.
Okay. Anyone else? And I know there might be some things that they're again talking with Cliff and with Jim this week. Said we might need to look when we are appointing, and so this is for some who may already be currently on the board, to make sure that they reside in the city limits. So that's something we need, because we have some who do not, so that's something we need to think about too.
That's not a recommendation. I mean, we don't have to have city.
Right, but that's just, well, that's just what their recommendation was.
It's not a requirement though. Not legally.
And I know these,
Always in the city.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Well, Ken and Joan are.
yeah. And Trina is, so, and Ronald is, and Conley are. So we can do a nomination now, we can postpone it and think, it's whatever control.
Would I never be on the design and review committee? Is that correct? If I was on the board meeting?
You could also participate. No.
Okay.
Joan was on the preservation board, she just rolled off of it. And then she was sitting around, didn't have anything to do.
So,
What are we waiting for?
well, we can either go ahead and nominate these now, we can look at who our other members are, determine if they live in the city limits, decide if we want to just have those who live in the city limits and then go from there, or whatever we need to do on this. And there again, those are just the recommendations.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair. I mean, because it's not an obligation. They don't have to live in the city, so you might as well take all.
If you read the 4B handbook, it states that they do not have to come to the city.
Right.
That's right.
To me, I'm sitting there listening to this, and it sounds like you're trying to ostracize everybody in the county and put a shield up and say, no, y'all can't come in and do anything.
It's not that.
Currently, I don't own property in the city, but I do have a tract of land that I would like to bring into the city. And it would be a great tax value to the city. But it sounds like you're putting this wall up and you're trying to keep us out.
Well, and it's not that, and you just have, this was their recommendations, because there again, it goes back to, if it's spending city money, their recommendations are, that should be city, live in the city.
And I totally agree with you on, I mean, to an extent on that. I don't live in the city, but I want to bring property into the city. But, so if I don't live here, then I can't have a voice or say anything, but I can bring property in to do other things. So, I mean, to me, it's kind of a flip-flop here that you're talking about. I mean, I don't understand.
Well, I agree. I mean, if you've got a majority of...
We're a small enough community here where we're all function together. I'd love to see the city grow from county line to county line and do all
Just
that.
because your heart is living outside of the city does not mean your heart is not of the city. I don't know, she doesn't live in the city, and she would be great on 4B.
Right. I understand. I think there's
I
enough.
don't own a business in the city,
You know,
but, you know,
I wouldn't want to exclude anybody from the county. There's a majority, there's already a majority people on this, from the city on the board, so it wouldn't hurt to expand it.
Okay, so do we have a recommendation now and a motion? Do we want to wait until, to look at these and see what else until later?
Well, what we're doing tonight doesn't have any effect on what they're saying, right? We're looking at three possibilities, and they're all
Right.
city residents, so it'll be zero effect on what we're doing here
Right.
tonight. Go ahead and complete this agenda item.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Make a motion for nomination. I make a motion, I nominate Joan Taylor.
Okay, are we going to do these individually, or are we going to do these as a group of three?
I thought we just one open.
No, there's three.
Oh, it's three open,
Well,
okay.
there's, if you want to reappoint Ronald and Conley, then there's
Understand.
one open.
Okay.
I want to, and nothing against Ronald, because he's done a great job, but I want to discourage our superintendent from being involved in it, just because last year, there were things, there was questions about his voting rights on the 4B, whether he was a accountable vote or not. I think that we had agreed at the beginning of the development of 4B that he was not to be.
He was.
He was. There was question
Yeah,
about it,
was.
but I think that Ronald's got enough on his plate right now, and of course, he'd be there for questions from the 4B, but I'd like to see him set aside.
Well, I'd like to see Ken and Joan on there myself. I think they both have a lot to bring to the city. And anybody from the county is fine with me also.
Did I hear somebody say something about an all-new board, maybe?
It's always good to have new blood every once in a while, just so.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion that we nominate Trina Shank, Kim Purple, and Joan Taylor to the 4B board.
Johnny.
No, I withdraw my motion.
I'm sorry.
So you get it right.
Okay, I have a motion to nominate Ken Prickle, Joan Taylor, and Trina Shank to the 4B board. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Okay, and you all are here, so I will remind, and we are glad that you will be on this board. The 4B board actually, and there are some things that you're going to have to go through too, some training and things too, but it makes recommendations to the council. You know, just because you say, this is what this project is and you have to do it, it's a recommendation. The council has to look at it and they have to decide if that's something they want to continue with.